deep target directional receiving grid. This is very much like the other receiving grid that we looked at where it's set up the exact same, except in this particular case it's very easy to isolate only when they are targeting this player deep down the field. So you can see left, right, or middle. You can also see passer rating, success rate, and target share. So obviously all of these bars up here are the same in terms of the filtering options: weak, down, yards to go, field zone. You can choose the red zone, you can choose anywhere else, but now you can see exactly where these guys are being targeted. So for instance, we're looking at the Denver Broncos from last year on this particular one. Let's go ahead and only look at the red zone targets. And when we do this, we'll be able to see exactly which receivers between Brock Osweiler and Peyton Manning he was targeting in these different locations on the field, as well as their passer rating. So you can see it will automatically adjust for us, and it'll show us that they actually, it's hard to go deep often, and they actually didn't end up going deep right at all in terms of deep passing, but it was mainly Demaryius Thomas who was catching most of the targets here. Emmanuel Sanders had the best overall passer rating and success rate when he was targeted, but he was only targeted twice. So when you filter something like that to that narrow of a level, obviously not nearly as helpful or as useful as when you step back and look at more things. But we can filter this, specifically by certain weeks. So for example, if we just want to look at what they did in the postseason, which are these 4 weeks right here. Okay, now we are able to see exactly how they performed in the postseason from deep passing. So you can see that Owen Daniels, obviously we know he had a couple of nice touchdown passes when he was targeted, but the reality is this team really not very efficient targeting these guys, even in the postseason. That team won their Super Bowl last year based upon defense and efficiency, whereas if you look at a team like the Carolina Panthers, for example. Obviously, in the Super Bowl, they did not do well, but they were very successful even into the postseason. Their explosive pass offense was highly underrated. Corey Brown, Greg Olsen both delivered high success rates and were targeted fairly often as well in the deep passing game in the postseason.